Listen, Halloween is right around the corner, and that means it's the perfect time to gather around the campfire and tell some spooky stories. I'll go first. What do you think of when you hear the word swag? Here's what I think of. Boom. Boom, bop, bam, bop, beam, bop, boom. These images perfectly capture the essence and the era of swag when the term swag was used authentically. People use the word swag. I noticed that it often had a lot to do with style or fashion. And I'm not saying that's incorrect. Things in everyday life can have swag. See, swag and aura are related. They're family members. An outfit can be swaggy and contribute to a person's aura. The swag can have aura. You picking up what I'm putting down? But sometimes the swag has no aura. And then in that case, the swag is just limited to the fashion, the accessories. It's kind of giving the t-shirt is wearing you, but you're not wearing the t-shirt. Honestly, struggling to find a transition to this, but the YouTube algorithm recently was YouTube algorithming and blessed me with this gem of a video. Boom! Right here. If you haven't watched it already, I highly recommend that you do because it's a great video. But basically, Sheehan talks about how certain architectural aspects in London went from fab to drab. In essence, over time, things just got uglier. I don't have to be a rocket scientist to tell you that things built with great design and intention tend to last a really long time. And I think we lost a lot of that in our everyday items. And yes, I understand I sound very much like they don't make things like how they used to, but really they don't. They don't. And you want some examples? Here you go. We see it all the time in fast fashion, fast food, fast everything. Just this fast culture prioritizing profits over longevity. Simple as that. One of my favorite things about that specific video is that the literal facility where they processed human doo-doo looked as beautiful and ornate as this. It's whimsical. It's gorgeous. It's artistic. And yes, some people might argue, well, you're literally processing human doo-doo. Why do you need to look at something beautiful? Well, has it ever occurred to you that maybe you want to provide a pleasant and aesthetically beautiful place for your workers to go to every day? If you're expecting them to clock in every day for years of their lives, might as well make it a pleasant place to be or to look at if you're gonna process human doo-doo. You know what I'm saying? Like, they were onto something there. They were onto something. And now we have Amazon workers working in a factory and they gotta piss in a bottle and wear diapers. Where did the dignity go? Where did we lose touch? Why did we stop caring? Why did we just make everything so fugly? And you know what? Come to think of it, another thing that's been losing numbers in the swag department is branding logos, company logos. That's been losing a lot of swag. It's the modernization and the sans serif fontification of these logos that make them look that they're all going to the same plastic surgeon and getting the same nose job. Please say you know what I'm talking about. I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. I'm not crashing out. I am crashing out. We need to stop that. What happened to the whimsy? What happened to the colorful, bold fonts with personality? Why are we trying to get this Eurocentric nose copy paste? Look at this. Just look at this. Oh my gosh. These, I'm going to show a couple that are pretty specific to... Here you go. Here you go. A lot of people have been feeling this one. Social media used to have a stop to smell the roses type of feel to it. It used to have almost like a slice of life vibe, if you will. And now it's become a booty hibachi mixed with AI slop, stolen content, but worst of all, the curated curse. What is the curated curse? It is the overvaluing of aesthetic and the undervaluing of authentic expression. Everything became about the aesthetic. Aesthetic, 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 matcha aesthetic, baddie aesthetic, spiritual aesthetic, fashion aesthetic, black and white aesthetic. Aesthetic, 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 aesthetic. Similarly to a bitchy pygmisha. Pretty on the outside, whole lot of nothing on the inside, okay? That's the curated curse. And don't get me wrong, I love a good Pinterest board. But when it's just a Pinterest board of a feed, like everything has to match the aesthetic, it don't really sit right with me. It just feels cold. I'll give an example. During the pandemic, I swear, it looked like my entire feed was filled with social media gurus. At the end of the day, all their advice was the same. It all cared about growth, tips, hacks, virality. It's just vanity metrics. Obviously, everyone's algorithm depends from user to user, but it so happened to be that year that I decided to start a business, which is probably why I kept being fed entrepreneurial content. I don't even know what to call it. Like the masculine guru aesthetic. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's that look where the so-called expert is giving whatever advice they're giving, and it's this big blocky yellow text with the sound effects, the clicks, the dings, and the closed captioning, like here's 5 ways to suck nuts, like that. I kept seeing people who were uncomfortable with making the lip synced skits on Instagram, but that's what was being promoted as the #1 way to grow on Instagram specifically. And so you would see a bunch of people who are clearly uncomfortable, not authentically making this sort of content, and then they felt forced to do it, and they had to use the same trending audio and we always have to use a trending audio. And then now I don't even know how to like discover good music anymore because it's all algorithms, and like it's just, where's the swag? Where is the personality? What happened to discovering things and treasuring them? Can we just like what we like now? And can we start talking about the things that we genuinely like? Please. Not to say that any of the things that I just mentioned are bad, like the audio skits or the trending audios. I think they're great. I think they're great options they're great tools for you to play with. I'm just saying, it's not a prerequisite to do those things in order to make great content. That's all. That's all there is to that. It's no mystery that many people, including myself, say that they miss the OG social media. And whether that be MySpace, early Instagram, early YouTube, early Reddit, whatever. It doesn't necessarily matter the platform, but it seems that the thing that most people are trying to get at is they miss the authentic interactions on social media. They miss the whole talking story, sharing something funny just for the sake of sharing something funny, instead of trying to monetize or make content out of everything. Make content. Like, I just have to make content. No, it's just people hopped on their computer and shared what was going on in their day. Let's bring that back. Let's make social media have swag again. Things like posting for the sake of posting without having to sell something, without trying to sell something all the time. And no, I don't think that selling things are bad, but not everybody is meant to be a course creator. Not everyone is meant to do that, and that's okay. That's okay. That's fine. Anyway, that's kind of all I have for you guys today. I just felt like I emptied my brain onto the screen, and I'll see you in the next video.